according to your according to your text message, Lou, you specifically asked for there to be a first name and a last name. Right, Happiness?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so you guys can show me when you're ready. I'm just gonna let my cat out, and
Okay.
Yeah.
then you can show me.
Hey, you
All
should you
right.
should show us your cat, man. We want to see your cat. Mhm. He's a cat letting out another cat. Mm.
All right, I'm back again.
Yep, yep.
So you basically ask to sh on the floor to show the first name and last name, right?
Show it, and that you should be able to change it as well. Okay, so you put the first and the last name there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how about we put it in there so that you could also change it at the same time?
Oh, you can change it in the floor? Like this,
Mm-hmm.
be like clickable and you edit from here.
You wouldn't do it that way, but you have to be able to put it. You see how it is on the bottom there, where you have Miss Nadia
Here?
down there? Yeah, you see how you have it there?
Oh yeah, here.
I want it kind of similar to this.
Oh,
Okay. I mean, you okay.
oh, what did I do?
But I guess what would the purpose of this serve just to make to know that she can do it, or more like does it serve a different purpose, Lou?
Well, we'll expand on doing stuff like that, you know?
Okay.
So how would you think you could get it to be similar to what's on the bottom there?
Honestly, uh, I didn't understand the question.
So so what he wants it to be like this. And I'm guessing you want some button next to 2045 that you'll click on it and then it'll display what the below has, right? So you can make changes.
Yeah, but the first thing is just to get the names in those boxes that you could overtype it.
Okay. Yeah. So you see how you created this happiness? What is this
Yeah.
called?
So this is the floor that showcase the
Yeah,
first name
but
and last
what
name.
element is it?
What do you mean elements?
Like what
The elements we put on the floor?
yeah, so this has a specific name, right? Like what's this display called?
This is the flow.
So if you go to the flow,
Here. One second. Hmm.
right? So called what?
Oh, this is the screen floor.
So yeah, so if you go back, that's called the screen, right? So if you put in a button, you would want there to be
Another screen floor.
another screen, yeah, that would display this, right, Lou?
Yeah, so it'll have Nadia's name, but you're going to be able to change it
Yep.
Hmm.
in the
Interesting.
screen flow itself.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess we're gonna have to create a new screen, right?
No, no,
Oh, you're on mute, Lou.
You do it right in that screen.
Oh, the same screen.
Hmm.
Uh, I guess this time we're gonna add the action button.
No, wouldn't be an action button.
Would be the footer menu.
Well, think about what you have to do,
Okay. Let me.
right?
I'm just gonna delete this one.
Mhm.
So what you currently have is just a display of some text. But I'm asking you to put in something where you could change. You saw the screen that you had below it, right? Where it has a box with the first name and a box with the last name.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you kind of duplicate that?
Oh, okay.
And Jermaine, you can jump in anytime you want. I mean, your
Well,
back is hurting, but not your
no,
mouth.
no, 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 no.
Exactly.
I'm letting her work on it first. Well, I would
I
use.
think Jermaine, it would be great if we could all paint
Okay,
Yeah,
ideas.
because happiness put in the first name and the last name. You know, that's a big
just put
swap.
in. Use the name field
The
or
name.
component. The name component. Start with that.
No, scroll up. Just go by, this is alphabetical order. So go to name, which starts with N. So you could type it.
This one.
Yeah, click and drag in there. See?
Uh,
So that starts with first name, last name.
Mhm.
But okay,
I guess you could put an action. Well, I guess you have to name it, right?
hmm
okay, so I'm just gonna say the API
You can say
first name.
contact name because it has first name and last name, right? You could say contact underscore name underscore screen one or something like that.
Yeah, I would just call it contact name. That's it. Okay.
Then contact from get contact record, and then first name. Okay, and then
That's pretty good. What do you think, Lou? So far, so good?
Well, we're gonna see. How do you test this?
ooh, okay, I'm gonna click done, and I guess there was new version. Same, same debug. Oh, ooh,
And that notice, it put in the first and last name because you told it to do that.
yeah.
Now, how do you change it so it changes it in the contact?
Mm, mm, um, add an action button.
No, not the action button.
Mm, let me think.
Well, first of all, how do you change it in the screen? Why don't you activate it?
Okay,
Cancel this, activate it.
then go back to the
Hmm. You see what
ooh,
it's doing?
yeah. Oh, you can actually change it.
Yep, go ahead.
So I can put any name.
Yep, funny name.
Damn, I changed my last name to Kansah. Oh, I guess I changed my last name. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Um, and
Well, you
oh,
already got Jeffrey Snack, so put a different last name.
I don't think it saves because you're not updating the record.
oh,
You're just getting the record, right, Lou?
I'm getting you guys to figure this out.
Okay, I mean, me and Happiness are pulling a lot of weight here. Tremaine, you want to jump in?
Hold on, I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
All right.
I could already see the smoke.
Ooh.
Key. Okay. So we're on the right path.
You got the
Um,
first part,
Yeah,
which is to be able to get the first and last name on the screen where it actually puts it in. And she did a good job of getting the default values in there. That's great.
you got to
But
do a create record.
yeah, or no,
exp
update records, right? Because
Well, right.
we're not looking to create new records. We're okay. So I think yeah, go here, and then there would be oh, let's see, maybe you got it. Maybe that.
and I'm gonna call this update contacts.
You can say update contacts. That's fine. But
yeah, update contact. Update the contact.
Yeah, that's something. Update, not create. Ah,
And contact from get contact records. Yeah. Jermaine, do you agree?
go ahead. I'm with you so far. I mean, I'm thinking. I'm trying to see. Did you save it?
Oh, yeah, I need to save.
I think it saves automatically. Click on this.
No, you got to do save as a new version.
Okay, yeah. Okay, fine. Go ahead.
Save.
Now debug. Basketball.
So you're gonna say ladybug. T-bug, ladybug.
No, I don't think that's. Let's see.
No, no, I
There's
think
nothing to update there.
you need to have I guess the action button. If I remember correctly, I think you need another screen.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
So did you do a debug?
Yeah,
Yes.
did it debug.
Okay.
This is what I was
And
And
you.
that's what you get?
Yeah.
but I think you need to have a button that tells you to update the records, right? But
We have the check.
no, but I'm
Okay.
saying in the screen there should be a button. There should be some kind of button over here that you click update records and then it will
Mhm.
update the contact record automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think
We should add an action button.
No.
Hmm.
mm,
Okay. Now, what you're talking about, what Jeff is talking about, is called a footer.
Oh, this footer?
Yeah.
Oh,
mm,
damn.
button. Okay. Wow.
Please forget that. That's right.
No, there it is. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Okay. Yep. You got me there, Lou.
No, nope. We got to change the footer though.
So click on the footer and scroll down. Let's see.
There's something. Should be something to customize. Nope. Right. Keep it going. Don't. Yeah. Navigation. Let me see. I'm having trouble seeing. So go down. Go down. Okay. Hold on. Stop. Use the standard. What is it?
Oh, use custom label.
Yes.
Why are you using custom label?
Instead of saying finish, you'll just simply say update. Or hold on. Let me see.
Hmm.
You know what? Yeah, you could use finish.
Yeah, I think it should be fine. Scroll down. Let's see what else.
Yeah. Yeah. Hide the pause. You don't need that. No, go up. Hide pause.
Should we add previous to?
Mm,
Uh, no, you can leave the previous.
I think finish. I think we should hide the previous because there's nothing to go back to, right?
Well, if you want to go back to the previous record, the
But
previous name, why not?
I
Let me
don't
see.
think it works, Lou. What do you, it doesn't work like that, right? Unless you have a second screen flow to go back to.
Well, why don't you say done and do a debug?
But I think you have to do this.
Well,
No,
you could if
say
you want
say
hide.
done, say
Right.
done, save. No, no, not as a new version. Hold on. Just save. So what will happen when you say debug?
Happiness?
Hmm?
What will happen when you say debug?
Oh,
Yeah.
I just say debug.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing
Oh, then we will see the footer menu we added.
okay, so add in the ID.
But but what will the menu tell? Or what on the bottom will it say?
Uh, we have a previous and finish.
But why would it say preview? Why would it say previous if there's no previous screen? See what I mean?
Yeah.
You might want to remove previous from.
Will
Ah,
there
that
be
makes
will
sense. That makes sense. Right. I
I
see
was
what you're
thinking that's
saying.
all the.
no run. Click on the run. Notice there's no previous, right?
Right.
Mhm. Click on next. What do you think is gonna happen when you click on next? Damn. Finish.
So tell me what it did.
It doesn't. I don't think it updated the records. Happiness. What do you think?
I think it didn't, yeah. I think the same thing. It didn't update the record. It this
Well, if you put in a new name, would it have updated the record? Is the question.
oh, maybe should we try that?
That help.
Hold on, don't do anything yet. Why are you ignoring the right side? What is this?
Oh, it tells you the details. Okay.
What is this on the right side?
These are the debug details.
And what does that mean?
It gives us the detail of the flow.
Right? It tells you what happened. So tell me what happened. Started from the top.
Starting from the top and we're here. Oh, it's from started from the bottom. Sorry, never mind.
Jimmy, you wanna go for it?
No, I can't read, so you have to read it because your screen is small.
You can't read? Okay, well, she made it big.
Okay, now there you go. Okay, happiness. Last name to go to. How you pronounce your last name?
Yeah, just like that.
Huh?
Just like how you said it.
You said it the African way, Jermaine.
Really? To go to?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay. Yay.
Jermaine.
Good thing. Okay, happiness to go to started the flow interview. Okay, some of the flow variables were set when the interview started. var contact record ID equals, then it gives you the contact record.
Okay, now stop for a second. First of all, all you're doing is reading, but you're not remembering what happened. What happened when she did a debug? When she did a debug, what exactly happened?
Oh,
Remember what happened? When she clicked on debug, what happened?
she put in the var,
She put in the ID, that
the
ID.
ID.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it says var contact record ID equals that, because she put that in.
Right.
Sorry.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
That's what started this. Do you get it?
Mm-hmm.
Then what happened? Scroll it down.
Get
Now,
contact record.
now
Okay.
why is this here? Because
The floor ran the get records because we put the action that we told the floor to get us the records.
right, you have an element called get records
Yeah.
in your flow. That's the next thing right after the start. So now you're getting the records. And it says find all contact records where the ID equals to the ID that you put into the debug, right?
Yeah.
And did it find records?
Yeah, they successful found the records.
You see, it found a record. You see how you're reading this?
Mm-hmm.
Then then scroll down.
Oh, scroll down.
What is this?
Uh, oh, you're asking me or Jimmy?
Anyone
Oh,
can answer.
okay. It says any records that the flow was ready to create, update, or delete was committed to the database.
Yeah.
Updated.
Or
That
delete.
that means it's going to do the work.
Right.
Scroll it
That
down.
you ask it to do.
Yep. Scroll it down.
Screen Health Salesforce Pros. Okay. That's the screen element. Okay.
Right. That's the display.
The display
Right.
text. Hello. Right. Okay.
Scroll it down more. Then what is this?
This gives you the lightning component.
No, that's the what did she name contact name? You see contact name? What is that?
Uh, the contact name we name it as first name and last name.
Right. That was the first name, last name component that you put onto the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did you do to the first name? No, you see the first name?
That's first
First,
name equals Nadia.
So she's getting the first name and the
Scroll
last.
down. Scroll down.
right. It put it in there,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it displayed the first and last name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scroll down now. And then what happened? Selected navigation button. What
Next.
you clicked on next. Then what happened?
Update the contact.
Now it's
Update,
doing an update. You see, it's actually doing the update.
which is what we wanted it to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And what did it do in the update?
It found the variable first name Nadia, last name
Well, it's updating the first name to
first
be
and
equal to Nadia
Nadia.
for the ID that she put in,
Mm-hmm.
and the last name equals to N Kanshash, and the birthday,
In Kansa.
Kansa, whatever, the birthday and the time,
Don't let my
right?
wife hear you say that. Whatever. Oh, you know what?
Hmm.
Okay. And it says all records whose IDs are in the get contact records are ready to be updated, right? So it's ready to be updated and look below. What is it saying? Transaction committed means that it committed it in Salesforce. So it actually did the update.
Oh wow.
But what did it do? You didn't change anything, you see?
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
So it did do the update,
It
but
did what you told it to do, but you just didn't change the name. So it just,
right.
Why don't we change one of the letters and then see if it makes a
no,
change?
just change the name. Just do that. So this way there's no confusion.
Okay.
No, no, just run again.
Change it from Nadia to something else.
The last name, Natasha.
No, okay. You can
Yeah,
leave
yeah.
that. You can
Yeah,
leave
leave
that.
it. Do next. Okay. Now
Now
what does it
let's look
say
at
on
the debug details. You gotta pull it up so I can see it. Thank you.
Oh, here.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, go all the way up. Okay.
Hmm.
So it just updated it from Nadia to basically Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now once you selected next, see what happened. Go down. What did it do on the update?
It updated contact records whose IDs are stored in the get contact record.
What was the first name?
Not.
Nadia.
So this is a problem
Yep.
because it didn't make it Jeffrey, you see?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I see.
So it's not 100% correct, right?
Correct. Even though it's not 100% correct.
Hmm.
So what's the problem here?
Well, the problem is there is no record of Jeffrey in Kansa.
Oh,
So that's one of the main problems.
maybe could I try using the ID?
The action one, maybe put the whole name, Jeffrey Alvarado.
Exit screen out. Oh, just exit out. Okay. What's the problem here? Where is the actual problem? Which one of these three things?
The update.
Yeah, it's the update. Double click on the update. What are you telling it to do?
Oh, you're telling uh to select the records.
No, you're telling it to update records.
Oh.
But what are you telling it to update?
Oh, the contact from the contact records.
Right, but you didn't make a change to the contact, did you?
Hmm.
Other than the name, no.
Hmm.
No, you didn't make a change to the contact. What did you make a change to?
Mhm.
The first and last name. Or the
So
last
you
name.
s- so you're getting confused, right? Why are you getting confused? Because you see your get records over there?
This one?
No, on the screen on the left. You see the get records?
Mm-hmm. Contact.
What is this doing?
It's getting the contact records for us.
It gets the contact record with the ID.
Yeah.
Now double click on the Hello Salesforce Pros. What is the first and last name doing?
Getting that contact record.
No, the contact record was already gotten.
Oh,
Hmm.
mm,
Oh. Oh. 1 second. I'm gonna go back. Contact from get contact record.
So you see you're getting mixed up here. You see how this is the name, and what is the API name here?
The contact name.
Contact underscore name, right? That's the API. You're making a change in this API because this is a field that you put on called name with a first and last name. It's not the same as the contact record.
Oh, so I think we need to add a new value.
No, you don't need to add a new value. I'm just trying to get you to understand this is not the contact record. This is this is a display with a first and last name on it. That's all it is. Oh, you don't need that either. Cancel that.
Okay. Oh my God, sorry.
That's okay.
All right, I'm gonna let you guys keep at it. I'm gonna go wash some dishes. Is that okay?
So what does this have to do with the get records?
Guys, got
What does this have to do with the get records?
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, what about the top? You see the top one?
oh, this one?
No,
No,
he's
above.
above that one.
Yeah,
You just pass it. Go to the left,
The
left.
left.
Up
This?
yeah.
there. That.
What does this have to do with the get records? Click on it. What does this have to do with the get records?
Well, because we use that as a resource. The resource was the get records resource. So
What does it mean when you say get records first name?
what does it mean to say get records first name?
Yeah, you see get contact record dot first name. What does that mean?
We're getting the record for the first name.
All it's saying is in your get that you did, right? That has information in it. And then you're saying display that information here. All it's doing is saying display the information. It doesn't say to update the information, right?
Correct.
Now go to the name. Click on there. Okay. Does this say to get the record or does it say to update the record?
This says to get the record.
To put the first name in the first name field. That's all it says. And it says to
Right.
put the last name in the last name field,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
So in the first name field, I'm gonna ask you guys to delete this because you're getting really mixed up here. Just delete this.
Oh, the Zoom is gonna end.
Yeah, yeah. Let me send you guys another one.
Okay, I'm gonna delete this.
Yeah, and save it. Okay, I'm gonna send you guys another one, right? This is gonna end soon.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Jermaine, you're on mute.
Hello.
Uh-huh.
There
Okay.
you go. Okay, let's go back to there, right? Now, so she X'd out the element. Let's
Mhm.
go back there. Now, what we want is instead of putting that name element, just put a text over there. And so there's another element called text. It's on the bottom. We could
I
type
thought
in.
about that. I thought the name would just be simpler, but okay.
Yeah.
No, it is simple, but unfortunately, it's complex to explain it to you.
Understand.
This
So
text.
yeah, you can slide that in. Yeah, you can put it slide it below that.
It doesn't want to.
It does, but yeah,
Okay.
you just have to make sure it's green.
Okay.
So this one, let's call it first name, which is on the label on the right.
Yeah. Oh, the logo first.
Okay. Now in the API, go in front of the first, in front of the F, and just type in display underscore. Okay. You see what that says? Display underscore?
Mhm.
Okay, that's just the API name, but the label says first name. You see it says first name there, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, now hit done. Save this. All right. Now, before you do anything, what will happen if you say debug?
If we say debug, I think it's going to show us the text box that displayed the first name.
And what will be in the first name?
The name that is on the API that we are going to paste in on the var company.
Well, no, just so you're saying there will be, what exactly do you think is going to be in the first name? Like go to Nadia the Kansha, right? Now refresh the screen. You see how it puts Nadia's name there?
Yeah. Oh, wait, this is still here.
Because you didn't activate the other one,
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
right? But you see how it has Nadia's name there?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What do you think it's going to do? Now you got rid of this and you put in just the first name, right? What do you
Mhm.
think is going to happen when you debug that flow and it makes this? What will it say for the first name?
I think it would say Nadia.
Okay, and what do you think, Happy?
Um, oh, 1 second. Can I go back here? Just take a look. Oh, no, not here. Sorry. I just want to go back. The full
Mhm.
screen, the first
What will
name.
be in the first name here?
Mm.
Actually, my apologies. I'm going to say blank.
Say anything because we didn't
Right.
value.
We didn't put a value. Right. So I would say blank.
Okay, so do
Yeah.
debug.
Basketball.
Put in the record ID. No name. Why isn't there a name there?
Because we did not, unlike the last time when we had used the name one instead of the text one, we did not put get contact first name. So now
Okay.
it allows us to put in a person's first name.
Does that make sense to you, Happy?
Yeah.
X this out.
And,
Go back to the screen.
happiness.
How would you click on first name? So we know it's not connected to the first name. Where is the first name?
Oh, the first name?
Yeah, where is it in your flow? Just cancel this for a moment. Where is the first name?
We have here on the gate contact record.
It's in the get contact record dot first name. It's in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Now open up the hello screen,
Hello.
click on the first name. Okay. Where do you think we need to put the first name so it displays it? Because the first name is in that get, but we need to put it so it displays it just like you did with that text box above it.
On the
Right.
deep.
Yes. Okay, and how do we get it? Yes, that's the get. Click on it. And then we want the first name.
Yes.
Okay, good. Hit done. Save. What do you think is going to happen here? Excuse
When
me.
we do debug,
Yes.
uh, gonna get as the first name records.
of Nadia.
Yeah.
Okay,
Of
let's see. Do a debug.
Basket.
Perfect. Do you understand how it knows to put the first name in here?
Yes.
Okay, X this out. Go back into Hello Salesforce Pros.
Hello.
Okay, go there, right? Change it from first name to last name. No, keep that. Just go to the default.
default. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Change it to last name. A little below. See, it's, oh,
Sorry, 1 second. I'm gonna get what? Um,
well, you could erase the whole thing and then you can retype it.
okay.
Okay, done. What will this do? Save it
It will show in Consa.
for the first name.
Yep.
Is that right? Happy?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, 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 no. Hold on. Wait a minute. Give me a second.
Ah, yeah, we need to think. I
But we're
think,
putting it in that first. So yes, it was showing Consa.
yeah.
Okay, do a debug.
Basket. I
Perfect.
was
So you
right.
understand what's going on here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, X this out. All right. Now, you see that update contact on the
Yes.
bottom? Double click on it. So we're not going to do it this way, right? This way is a special way. So we're not going to do that. But we're going to use the next one below that where it says specify conditions to identify records. Okay. Yep. So which object? Click on that.
Contact.
And
Contact.
contact. Okay. Now, how do you identify the contact that you're trying to update? That how would you identify the record that you're trying to update? The contact record?
The name.
No. You have to get the contact record. How would you get it?
Oh, via the ID.
Yes, the ID. Okay, and click on contact ID equals to what?
Uh, get contact records.
You could do that, but you have the ID where? You put it into a variable, remember? Which variable did you put it in?
Um,
Scroll down a little bit more. Do you remember this variable?
Oh, yes.
What what is that variable?
This was the variable that gets contacts records.
The ID is
Yeah,
put
the
in here.
contact. Yeah.
Because you remember you're pasting it in here,
Yes.
right? Click on that. So this is saying, give me the contact where the ID equals to the ID you put into that box. Do you understand this?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, now, what field are we going to update? Well, the text box says what?
First name.
Right, so we want to update the first name. So click on the field, first name, okay? And what value do we want to put in there?
Uh, the contact record ID. The
Which one?
contact record ID.
No. Why don't you put Bob in the value? Click on that.
Oh,
Bob. Just type in Bob. Okay. And just say save. Okay. Now we want to make a correction, right? Do a debug first. Put in the ID here, right? And run. What's the problem over here?
It pulled the last name.
Right. So we don't want it to pull the last name. We want it to pull the first name, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. X this out and change it so that it pulls the first name.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, right.
Okay. Done. Okay. Save it. Debug it.
Basketball.
Okay. Now it's doing this. What happens if you change the name to add a 2 at the end of that? Let's put a 2. What will happen if you say next? Don't do it, but what do you think is going to happen?
Well, we put in the value as Bob, so um, we're gonna say Bob,
What will say Bob?
the first name.
Go keep this here, but click on Nadia, the cat. No, no,
No,
don't
click
go
on
to
the tab.
yeah,
Right.
What?
yeah. Click refresh this. Okay, you see how it has Nadia Kansas, right? So if you run that, the flow right now, if she goes next, it's going to change the first name because you have an update to do that. But what will it change the first name to? Go
Nadia too.
back to scroll. Yeah, click there. You're saying it's going to change it to Nadia too? Are you agreeing with that? Happy?
Yeah.
Do next. Stop. How do you know what it changed it to?
We are going to do the debug
Look at the,
details, and I
she is
can't
there.
see it. Okay.
Oh, it actually updated the record field too. Bob.
Bob. So I was right the first time.
Yeah, I don't know why you changed it, Jermaine. Let's
I
prove
talked
that.
I talked myself out of it. That's what it was.
Let's prove it. Go back to the Nadia screen. Refresh it.
But don't. Oh.
You see? And you see
That ain't
down there?
right. That ain't right. Calling my
Yeah.
sister a man.
Well, we're going to change it, right? Okay, go back to your flow.
Well,
Go up the other
Okay,
one.
okay. What happened? Tell me why it did that.
Because we put the value as Bob. So when we
Sh
tell, sorry, go ahead.
Explain it so Happy understands what you're saying.
Okay.
What does she need to show you?
Go to update contact. See where the ID says equals. No, scroll down. It says first name. The value is Bob.
Okay, no, but what should it be? It shouldn't be Bob. What should it be?
Whatever name we choose.
Where?
So
What name? Where is the name?
the first
You
name.
okay, you're not understanding what I'm saying. You changed the name somewhere. Where did you change it?
Where the value, I can't read the thing. There's a screen. So, okay.
oh, you can't read it?
No,
I moved it. Oh, you're seeing the
No,
zero.
in other words, the words are very small, so I'm trying to, see. Okay, there you go. Okay. First name. So Bob set the values for the contact record. The field is first name, and we put Bob. So that's where we made the change at.
But the value shouldn't be Bob, right?
It shouldn't be
Yeah.
Bob, right?
What should the value be?
The contact record.
No,
Mm.
Um, can you click in there and pick out Bob?
no, don't do that.
Don't do that?
Tell me,
Okay.
tell me where did you change the name? Where is it in the flow?
In the first name.
Where is that first name?
In
Is
the
it on the
flow.
screen now?
It's in the get contact record.
No, that's not where you changed it.
On the screen.
Yes, on the screen.
Screen.
Open up
Okay.
the screen. Okay, where in the screen did you change it?
Now click on that first name.
Okay. Now, what is the API name called?
First name.
No,
A
display first name.
API.
Display first name.
Do you see it right below the first name? Is display first name happy?
Yes.
So that's what we have to reference.
Okay, you see the first name text thing that you have here, just call it text input. Its name is called display underscore first underscore name. You understand?
Yes.
And in it, you made a change. You changed Nani, you put a 2 at the end of it, right? That's what you did. And therefore, the display underscore first name underscore name, that has your Nadia 2. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does that make sense to you, Happy?
Yeah.
X this out. Go down to the update. Now, go to where it says Bob. Get rid of that. What needs to be put here?
Display first name.
Type display.
Um,
Yes, you see that's a screen component called display underscore first underscore name, which is that text component, right?
Yes,
yeah.
the API.
Now save this.
Now say ate this. Now say ate this.
Okay. Now debug it. Okay.
That
Now
changed
currently,
the right. Change the
right.
first name from Bob. Change it to
Jermaine.
uh.
Yeah, Jermaine, that's it. What's going to happen when she says next?
It'll say Jermaine,
What'll say Jermaine?
the first name.
What do you mean, but the first name will say Jermaine?
Because we changed it from Bob to Jermaine.
When you say next, what's going to happen?
It's gonna change the name from whatever was in there to the new name.
When
The
you say it's
display.
going to change the name, what is it's going to change the name? Explain it.
Well, maybe I'm having trouble explaining it, but I understand the theory of it.
What you're saying, okay, Happiness, could you try to put it in a way, right, that makes it seem that you're talking to someone, you're explaining it to a guy who's a Salesforce data person, and you're explaining it to them what's happening. What do you think? You
Oh,
just changed this text box from
yeah.
Bob to Jermaine. What's going to happen when you say next?
Um, the records will be So the floor will find the records, which will be
Well, it
just
found the record already because otherwise it wouldn't have put Bob in there in the first place. So it already found the records. How do you know it found the record?
Okay, I got it. It will update the record
Hold
from
on. Yeah, yep, exactly. But the first thing is it found the record. How do you know it found the record?
because she put the record ID in it.
No. How do you know it found the record?
the debug details telling us.
Yes, there you go. The debug detail says that the get record successfully found the record. You see it?
Yeah.
Jermaine, why are you ignoring the right side? Hello, Jermaine.
Sorry, go ahead.
Why are you ignoring the right side? You understand what the right side is telling you what your flow is doing, right?
Right, I said that the flow found the record.
Not the flow. It did a get record. It has it there. It found the record.
That what right, it found the record.
Okay, now if she were to say next, what happened?
It's gonna update the record to Jermaine.
Update the record to
Give him the
Jermaine.
first
Right,
name.
exactly.
Right.
The name, right. That's what's going to happen. And you need to say it that way because it will show you in the debug that it did it. Do you understand?
Yes.
Don't say it any other way because it's really what happens in the debug detail. Otherwise, people are going to say, what the hell is this guy talking about? You
Uh,
understand what I'm saying?
I know what I'm talking about. You
You
know. I
you don't
know.
need to know what you're talking about. You need to be able to tell people what you're
I know.
talking about.
I know. I know. I know.
All right, do it next. Look at the right side. What did it do?
Now again, can you enlarge it? Because I can't see. Thank you. Oh, excuse me.
So it knows that the display first name was changed to Jermaine,
Yeah.
right? And then it did a what? Scroll down and update records. What did it do?
Oh, it update the contacts records.
And change the first name to Jermaine,
Yeah.
right? Now go um, to the one with the display of the record, which you have on the left. Refresh it. Okay.
Ooh.
See how this makes sense?
Oh yeah. Wow.
Only
Now,
problem is it kept the same birth date and everything. So, but I get your point.
we didn't tell it to change anything
I know.
other than the first name.
I know.
Now let's go and put in the last name, right?
Yeah.
So you go back to your screen flow.
And how do we do the last name?
Go back to your screen flow, right? And put in the text.
Okay.
Right there. And they'll call this last name. And then you're gonna click that, and then in the beginning, you'll put display underscore last name. Then you gotta go to your update records. There you go. And then add a field. And then we're gonna do last name. And then you gotta do display underscore last name. Save it. Now debug basketball. There you go, put in the record ID. Boom. Now change the
Okay.
last name from Encancer to Brown. Let's just say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now enlarge it, so right.
Oh, yeah, it did change. The records or
Yep. So go refresh it.
yeah. Ooh,
Perfect. You see how that's working? Why
yeah,
don't you activate it?
okay, it's activated.
Now refresh your screen for Jermaine Brown up there.
And I'm not a miss.
Now, now
Uh,
try changing all of this now.
change Jeffrey Alvarado. Alvarado. Oh, Miss Jeffrey.
There you go. You see? So it's not perfect, but you
Yeah.
get the point, right?
Yes.
The flow, you can make this flow do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
You can make it do a lot. You could basically redesign this whole screen with a flow.
See, like what
Yeah.
I would do now to add to this flow, scroll up, up, up. You're going down.
Oh,
You,
yeah.
Right. So I would like so now you have the first name, last name. I would put his birthday and then, like that. So this way it would just update it on the fly.
okay, now we're not going to do that just yet.
No, but I'm just saying that's how I would, because you got to fix it because it looks ugly.
We'll do other things,
Okay.
right? And we'll make it a little bit prettier, right? Now, so why did we do this? Because we could build a screen that could help us do something, right? In this case, click on contact on the top, say new. See, this is helping us build whatever we want, the tenant, an employer, landlord service, or a Viola Parlor customer, right?
Mhm.
How do we get it so that it actually builds us the right contact?
Oh, good question. How do we get this flow in a way so it builds the right contact?
Now you have to think, what do
Okay.
I what do I want to do?
Well, we have to reference the record type in the flow. Um, oh, excuse me. Let me see. Mm.
Hmm.
Mm. Excuse me. Okay.
So your first challenge is how do we get it to have a list of record types?
Oh, how do we get the flow to get the list of record type?
Hmm.
Mm.
Um,
Maybe that should be a homework assignment. Think it through.
It might be a little difficult.
uh, maybe what I'm thinking is we can create an element on the flow that says get records, and then the objects will be record type.
Close, close. You're thinking really well here because it's going to be kind of similar to what you're saying. What does that mean, though?
Hmm.
Okay. How do you know the list of record types? These. Where are these record types? Let's do a cancel here.
Excuse-
Cancel. Where do you actually add new record types? Do you remember?
Go to edit object. Then you would go to contact.
We are in the contact.
I mean, and then you would go to record type.
So here's your list of record types. Now, if you were going to build a report, how would you get this list of record types? That's another question. How do you do that? So do you know how to create a report? Let's
You would do that. Go to reports and dashboards. I mean reports and dashboards. Sorry.
Lou, can you repeat the question? I didn't get it.
So we want to create a report that will give us this list of record types for the contact. How do we do that? First of all, do you know how to create a report?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you start to create a report? Let's see if we have enough for that.
Okay.
Mhm. So we can do new. So we want to do a report on record types, right? So the report type that you're going to type in there, just type in record type and see if we have that available.
Oh no.
Oh, it doesn't have. Oh, keep on
New
typing record.
contact.
No, it won't have it there. Type in a record, REC. Nope. Okay. So we actually need to create a new report type. Let's X this out.
Hold on. If you went to contact, it wouldn't have it in the not the first column, the second one. I forgot the name.
Okay, why don't you try it?
Oh, the contacts and accounts.
Try it.
Filters. Go to filter. Now just click the add put record type. Contact record type. And then
1 second, sorry. I'll be right back. 1 second.
Mhm. So remember, what you're trying to do is to run the report so it only gives you the list of record types for the contact.
mhm.
I'd like to see you do that.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, good.
Okay, go to instead of my contact, put all contacts. Go down,
Oh, my contact, all contact.
put all contact.
So that's all accounts, but we should
No,
actually do it.
all contacts, not all accounts. Hmm.
There is no all contacts.
Hmm. All right, do my contacts like that.
No, it should be all
It should be
keep it
so
as
then
all accounts.
all accounts. Okay. Now add a filter, and then in the filter you're going to put record type, contact record type. And we'll put, you could click all.
Oh. And apply.
Hmm. Now go to outline and we can get rid of, let me see, salutation. I can't read, I'm having trouble reading this. Okay, yeah, salutation. You know what? Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. No, 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 no. Leave that. You can get rid of account name, mailing.
Remember, what's your goal here? To create a report that does what?
Get
Uh,
all the record type
so
for the contact.
So why do we need salutations, first name, and all that? We don't need it. We just want all the record types.
Okay, so then X out everything.
fine. Right.
Refresh. Click refresh.
That's an
Ooh.
interesting report, Jermaine.
So, oh, that doesn't work. Why not? Because there is no my record type. I mean my contact. Let me see.
No, you have no columns.
Um,
Oh my God. All time. See, click what says no, that's all we need. But just click all time. Now refresh. So why is the first 7 blank?
oh, you
Why
know
is
what? I know. Over here, we don't need this.
No selection. You're right. Good, Happy. Go ahead. You look at that. You're the girl. Look at that.
but what is this?
This
This is
just is a list of all the record types in for contact.
Why is tenant listed 3 times?
Oh,
we show the unique counts.
No, that's just going to give you a count.
and Viola Paula is listed twice. So yeah, this is okay. All right, we might have to do it Lou's way.
No, I want you to understand why this report is showing this way. Explain it.
Well, you said you don't want me making assumptions, but okay. Go back to your okay, we're in the filters.
To the what?
Click on the contact record type again.
Contact record type.
No, I mean not there. In the filter. Down there. Go down. Right there. Tenant, landlord, employer service. So it's not there where the problem lies. Oh, I don't know the answer to this. I would have to research it further.
No, cancel this. Okay, go to outline. Okay, X out the contact record type there
There's the
on the
bottom
bottom.
one.
Suppose if you put first name, just type it in for, yeah, okay. What will this do if you hit refresh?
It'll give us first name of the account and contact.
There's no first name for the account. It's either account name. It's the first name of what? Of the contacts.
The contact. Okay.
Which contacts?
We didn't
Mm.
specify my contacts.
All
Oh,
contacts,
all contacts. Okay.
right? And do you understand? Just a report. What did you say? Give me all contacts.
All contacts. Right. I
Refresh
forgot about
this.
that.
Why did it do this? Because you told it to do what?
Give
To
me
get a
the
name.
first name of all contacts.
What happens if you did an add column and you put the last name? What will happen?
It'll give me the last name of all contacts.
Could you add the last name here?
Yeah.
Refresh. Okay. So what is this report actually doing?
Hmm. It's giving me the first and last name of all the contact.
Yeah. That. Look at your filter. Click
All the
on
filter
filter. That.
of all time, but
Yeah.
it also equals the landlord, tenant, employer.
What equals?
Mhm.
The first and last name.
No, the contact record
No, I mean
type
the contact
equals.
equals.
What is so hard to me? This is a simple report.
Well, again, I'm having trouble reading it. Okay. So what this is saying is that all accounts, show me all accounts with a contact record name.
No, no.
I mean, not the contact record name. I'm sorry, the contact first and last name is under these particular record types, which is tenant,
Right.
landlord, employer, service.
Right. Now, delete the contact record types. You could just hit the delete. What will this do when she does a refresh?
Just give us the first and last name, I believe.
Of every single
It's
contact.
contact, right.
Refresh this. Okay. Now, go to outline. What happens if she puts the record type here?
Mm.
Hmm.
Oh, the record types includes the first name and last name.
Do add columns and type record type. Yep, that
Contact.
one. Okay, don't do anything. What will happen?
It will give us the first and last name of all the first and last names that are in the contact record type.
What that are in the what are you talking about in the contact record type?
Like in other words, not in the okay. Well, we delete. Hold on. We deleted it out of the filters though. So hold on. So what this report is basically saying is give us the first and last name of all the contacts and include the record type with it.
Happiness said, what do you think this is going to do?
I think it's going to show us the columns of the first name, last name, and the contact record type.
Associated with that
Yeah.
contact.
Mhm.
Jermaine, are you confused somehow?
No, that's what I was saying. I mean, I might not have said it exactly the same way, but that's what I was saying.
What you're saying is very confusing.
Well, but that's what I was saying.
So if you do a refresh. Why are those blank?
Because those are not associated with a record type.
Right, there's no record type for that. Why is tenants repeated 3 times?
Because we have 3 tenants.
Yes. Now, suppose if you X'd out first name and last name, what would happen?
If you
We'll
X
all
out, it will just show all the record types that's in the contact record type or the
No,
contact. Sorry, no.
no. It'll show you what? Exactly this, but
Right.
just a column record type.
Okay.
Is it going to show you only every single different record type?
No.
No, it's going to show you just
Okay.
this with that column. That's why you're very confused when you're trying to get only the record types. You can't do that here because I don't know how you're getting confused here,
Well, I just
right?
thought that you could just do it from the content. Okay. You
How
just
can
showed
you
me.
do? You can't do that. This is giving you a list of the contacts.
No, I'm taking a gamble. I'm trying. Okay. Okay, we see it doesn't work. Okay.
But you have to understand how to do a simple report where the first, last name, and contact record type is right here. There's nothing complicated here. Is there?
Not that.
Are you confused?
Mhm.
So if she removed first and last name, what will happen?
It will only show all the record types and the blank ones too.
Not all the record types, because not all of them are there.
Well, that's what, and including the blanks. That's what I said.
How many record types are there? There are four distinct ones, but yet there are five record types. What is missing?
Customer? No, service. Service is missing.
So, teach me, you're not really understanding what's happening here, are you? Why isn't service here?
DKDC.
Well, because none of those contacts have a service contact record type. Are you still confused?
No,
You understand what's going on? You understand if she gets rid of first and last name, only that third column is going to appear in exactly the same way.
right. I understand that.
So this does not make any sense to do this to get the record type.
You made that point.
Okay.
Okay.
Now
So
we need to create a new
new record
re
record
report type.
report type. Report type.
Report
Report
type.
type.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can
we got I got that.
let's go to setup.
But thank you for the explanation. See, that's what I just wanted to know. Because I
But I'm
didn't want to
saying,
create a report type if it wasn't necessary to do that, but you showed where it was necessary. Okay.
yeah. So we need to go to setup.
You're
Okay.
gonna put report type.
Yes.
See, I know how this works.
Okay. You can just say continue. I won't explain this just yet. The only thing we need is a new custom report type. You see it says new custom on the right. Okay, the primary object here is record type. Oh, it doesn't give it to you. Mm-mm-mm. This will not give you the record type ID, the record types themselves. Mm-mm-mm. So you
Oh,
can't
excuse me.
actually do that here.
That
Mm-mm-mm.
sounds like development Apex.
You could do it via Apex, but we're not going to do it via
I
Apex.
know, because that's outside the scope of what we're trying to learn. Right.
Okay, let's go back to the flow. Okay, open up Hello Screen Pros. Mhm. Okay, now let's do
Oh,
in
excuse me.
in this case, add a pick list.
Oh my God. Hmm.
Okay, drop it to the bottom.
Drop it to the
There
bottom
you
of
go.
here.
And in the label type, choose record type.
Hmm. Excuse me.
Okay. And make that display, choose record type for the API. Because it's a display.
Underscore. Should we make that required?
Yeah, you can make it required. But no, it doesn't matter. Just make it out. Okay. Now, look at the choice down there. You see the choice?
Mm.
Okay, so we need to have a set of choices here. Do new choice. Okay, new choice. Okay, click on that. And then say choice. Okay. And do, in this case, type in choice underscore. Okay, Viola's parlor customer.
Can you spell it for me? Viola?
Viola
Oh.
Mhm.
S. You can put an S after the A. Underscore parlor. PARLOR.
Mhm.
That?
Mm-hmm.
And then put an underscore and say record type. So this is the name of this choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, in the big box, under that inserts resources, go into the big box.
This box here?
Yeah.
Right there.
Mhm. So what are the record types for Viola? Viola's record type is just called Viola's record type, right? That's how it's labeled.
Yeah.
So type Viola's parlor customer. We put apostrophe S in this case.
Right.
Oh, can pass the okay. Viola.
No space.
Oh
No
no.
violas. No apostrophe S.
Hmm? Like that?
No. Violas with an apostrophe S.
Yeah. You know,
Space. Right. In other words, after the A, it's next to the enter button. Well,
it's on a Mac.
on the Mac. Shoot. You know
Inter.
what? Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
Just put
just put a
viol.
space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Parlor.
Ah, wait, you mean like that?
No, not an enter, but it
Uh,
should be a little thing that goes above
right.
the
It's
A.
not a quote, but it's the next thing to the quote.
Like it's, yeah, that's it.
I mean,
Oh.
I can't read it, but
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, sorry. English is not my first language.
No, don't worry. We
Mhm.
understand.
I'm getting that. Okay, Violas.
Space.
Space, parlor, PARLOR, space, record type.
Okay. Now that is the choice label. No, don't put record type. It's Viola's parlor customer.
Customer, sorry.
Okay. However, Viola's parlor customer is the label. It's not the record type ID.
Yes.
How do you get the record type ID for Viola's parlor customer?
Display, that record type, I think that's the one we did.
Should we insert a resource?
Yeah.
No.
No?
Okay, go to the contact. Okay, I want the ID of Viola Parlor customer.
Oh. Where am I on Violas?
Yeah.
No, that's the app. But I want the contact. Go to the contact.
On the contact.
Okay, in the contact object.
Go to the object.
Mhm.
Object. Oh, I'm in the object.
No,
No,
that's the record. The object is like the fields and things like that. You have it up top there. It says contact Salesforce on the
up
top.
top. The second, third tab. The third tab.
One,
All
two, three.
Tab,
no,
tab, up top, all the way up top. There you go. Up top.
above
Go
that.
up. Above that. There.
That's it. Okay, you see it says record types?
Yes.
These record types have an ID. How do I know the ID of that record type?
Click on Viola Parlor customer.
Yes. What's the ID? That's the ID of the Viola Parlor customer record type, right? Is this kind of understanding that even these record types have an ID?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now go back to your flow. While we want to display Viola's Parlor customer, we want the choice value. You see the value there?
Down at the bottom.
Wow.
Next. There you go.
We want to paste that ID right here. Paste it. Okay, that's what we want. We want, if you select Viola's Parlor, we don't want you to put Viola's Parlor. We want you to put the choice value to be that ID. All right, hit done. Okay, hit done here. Okay, now save as new version. Okay, now I want you to, you see where it says update the contact?
Update content, the context. There.
Yeah.
There.
Double click on that. And I want you to go to add a new field
Down the
on the
way down at
bottom.
the bottom. All the way down at the bottom. Add new field.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm moving this one. Yeah, okay.
And we want to update the record type. How do we do that?
So field is going to be record type. Let me see.
Why does it say record type ID?
That's what we want the value to be. Okay.
Because it only takes an ID. It
Right.
doesn't really take the name. You have to click on the record type ID, click on it. Okay, it only takes IDs. That's why the choice for the display of the record types, the pick list of the record types, has an ID in it as the value, not the label.
Right.
Go to the value there. And remember, what do we call it? The type in display. No, display.
Oh, display?
Type display.
Oh,
Just type it. Okay, remember we call it display choice record type.
Oh.
Choose record type, right? Click on that. So whatever you choose, it's going to put that ID that I told you to put in there.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, now save this. Okay. Do debug when
Skip.
okay, put in the
Record type ID?
no, the contact ID. Okay. Now you see what says choose record type? Yeah, click on that. You only have one choice, right? Now we're going to add another choice. So X this out. Double click on the hello Salesforce. Do the choose record type. Go down
right.
to the right. Yep.
Add a
Add another
choice.
choice. Okay, what's another choice?
Service. And you
Info.
gotta click new choice. And
Okay.
then you gotta click service on choice.
Mhm.
And then
Type in choice underscore service underscore record type. Okay. And in the big box, just go to the big box.
Sorry.
Yeah, just type in service, because that's the name of the record type. You can make a capital S. And now we need the ID of the service record type. Yep. Click on that.
go back. Service. On that. Boom. Boom. Oh. Mhm, mhm, mhm.
And paste that in. Okay.
Done.
Yep. Hit done. And let's add one more.
Well, those are the only two for Viola.
No, but we'll add more because you could
Okay.
change this to anything. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
This is
Fair enough.
this is the power
Okay.
that we have. Add a new choice.
You're getting
New.
too powerful, Lou.
There you go. This one will be choice employer. You can make them employer if you want. Choice
Oh, sorry.
underscore employer. Okay. In the big box, type employer.
Oh boy. Why, oh
Okay.
why?
Put it in there. Okay. Done. Okay. Done. Okay. Now we really need the in the hello. You see where it says hello? I mean, open up the hello screen. We want a default value. So click on that, right? And scroll it down to on the right where it says default value, right? Click in there. Now let's put the default value of the record type of the contact. Okay, remember you did a get for the contact. So let's look at the get. Yeah, click in there and put the record type ID. It'll be contact record type. No, contact record type. Right. Yeah. Scroll it down. See. Oh, you see where it's record type ID. Scroll down. There it goes. Okay, done. Okay, save. All right, now let's see what we got here. Debug this. Okay, see, it's set to Violas Paula, but now you could change him to an employer. Switch him to an employer. Okay, do next. All right. Uh-huh. Record type ID display choose employer, but it should have actually put the ID of the employer. Why didn't it do that? Okay. Go back to the hell, X this out for a moment. First of all, go to Jeffrey Alvarado. Refresh the screen. Let me just see what happened here. What is this record type? Do we know the record type here? Scroll it down. Do we have
His,
the record
his
type
record
anywhere?
type should be employer right there. Contact record type to the right.
Ah, yeah, it says employer. So we
Go up.
did change it.
Yeah.
Okay. Go to your screen, your flow. Okay, refresh this. I mean, activate it. All right, let's see if this is working. Now go back to Jeffrey. Refresh the screen. Okay, let's change him to, instead of an employer, put him back to Vio's customer and say next. Ah, see, it's working. So now you could switch him anytime you choose to.
Yeah, switch him back to employer.
Ah.
He's not one of my wife's customers. So.
But he says here, Miss Jeffrey Alvarado.
Oh, hey, I know you dated women, you into women, but hey, that's you.
Okay, now, but there was a lot that's going on here, and it could get very confusing, right? But when it comes to stuff like things like the record type, you have to work with the IDs and not with the name. But we have to be able to make it look like if you're switching the names, but you're really switching the ID of the record type. You know,
Understood.
that's why our choices look like that. You know, so yeah. So that's sort of like how this kind of works. Now, in the beginning, you really want to have the record type up front because Viola's Parlor may have different information it's going to collect. Well, while if Jeffrey was an employer, there'll be other information you will collect. You
Right.
see, so that's why we could do it this way versus on the bottom, right? Where, yeah, it might be a little bit more difficult to get it as custom as this screen is allowing us to do. You see what I mean?
Mhm.
You know, so we're just probably going to not go that complicated, right, in the future, you know, when it comes to things like this. Could you go back to your flow for a moment? Yeah, click on that. Okay. Could you do the first plus, the plus on all the way at the top?
This one?
Yeah, and yeah, and do a get. I want to see if we could get the record types here. Okay. Just the labels say get contact record types because our report didn't allow us to do it, but let's just see if we could do it here. The object in there, just type record type and let's see if it gives us access to it. Ah, it does give us access to it. Okay, click on that. Okay, so we could actually have done it this way.
But hold
Uh,
on, I have a question. Why does it give us access to here but not into the
the report.
yeah, the report type?
I don't know why the report type didn't give it to us, but thank goodness we could do it here.
Okay.
Now, in the field, you see where it says fields? Yeah, click in there. Now, there's something called S object.
S
If,
object.
yeah, you see S object type?
Oh, yeah, here.
Click on that. So the S object type means, well, which object are you referring to? The value should be contact. I'm referring to a contact. So just click on value and type contact. See, it says contact there?
Mhm.
Click on that. Okay, good. So this is really all we need. And except for on the bottom, it says how many records to store. Right there. Click on that.
Click on all.
Yeah, all. Okay. Now we could say save as new version. Because really, this is the way we should have done it. Now, this gives us a whole set of records.
How about the other way we did it? That was not a good way. Oh,
Yeah, that's not a good way because over there, we're putting in the record type and its ID. But
uh,
with this, it's going to give us both the name of the record type
mhm.
for the contact, and it will be giving us the ID of that record type,
Oh, okay.
for the
So like
contact.
when we're thinking of this scenario that we're doing right now, we should pretty much go forward with this method and not.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
this is the method to use.
Got it.
Okay, now let's go back to hello, the screen.
Hello.
Mhm. Okay, now what we'll do is instead of, we'll add a new pick list and just drop it underneath that one. No. We're going to do a new one.
Oh, new one here. Okay, got it.
Right. Because I want to show you the difference here. Yeah, there you go. And this, call this, label is record type from the get.
From the get.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And the API name, just
Is
put a
display
display in the beginning.
underscore, right?
Okay. Now scroll it down. Okay. Now your choice is click in there. And the choice is going to be new choice. No, you have to click on new choice. Yep. And click here. Instead of that, the first one, see it says generate choice set from a collection of records, the second one. So
Oh,
because that's the get. The get gives us a collection of records.
yeah.
So click on that. And the API is, you could say, do COL for collection.
EOL.
Yeah, underscore choice underscore set underscore contact record type. So this is your collection of your collection choice set contact record types. Okay. And then in the collection, that's the record types from the get of the record types. The choice label, well, that's going to be the name. So click on that. It will be the name, right? The choice values is going to be the ID of the record type ID. See? There you go. You click on that. Now you see done. Okay. And then in the default value, click on that, right? That is going to be the get of the contact. So type in get. See the contact right there. No, not that one. That one. Click on that, and that's going to be the record type ID. Top one. No, bottom one. Right. That's it. Say done here. All right. Save this for a moment. Now let's switch that update the contact on the bottom. The pink one on the bottom.
Oh,
Double
this one.
click. Yeah. Okay. And now instead of scroll down the last one where it says record type ID equals display, choose
Mhm.
record type. We're going to get rid of that.
All of it.
No, just the X out of that. Yep. And then here, this is going to be your type in display again. And it will be the display record type from the get. Yeah, click on that. So this is now using that collection that we did. So let's save as new. I know this is a little bit complicated, but I just wanted to show you how this all works. And then just do a debug. Let's take a quick look at what this does. Okay. Okay. Oh, that wasn't it.
Oh,
Yeah. It put in some other number. So just do another debug.
oh, another debug. Okay.
Mhm. Now let's go back to Jeffrey's contact. And not that one. Yeah, that's the one.
This one. Oh, I
Yeah.
copied this one?
Yeah. That's fine
Ah,
though.
oh, my bad. Sorry.
That happens.
Yeah.
Okay. So they both are set for the record type, but on our first one, it's only 3 that we put in manually, right? But on the bottom one, it's all of them.
Oh, oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow. That is a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now switch this to landlord, the bottom one, because we made the bottom one work.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
No, go back to the other one, to the debug.
Mhm.
Switch that to landlord,
The bottom one.
bottom.
Okay. And then say next. Okay, so that would have switched Jeffrey to the landlord. So if you go back to Jeffrey's, right, and you refresh this, he's now a landlord. Oh, it didn't put it in.
Yes, it did. Oh, it didn't put it in the first one.
Oh, right, the first one. Right. Because the choose record type one over there doesn't have landlord in it. That's why.
Correct. So that right. So we got to move that out because that's
Yeah. So now we could delete that from our screen flow.
this
We
one?
go to,
yeah, the first one. The choose
yeah, but
record type.
yeah, there you go.
Go to your
And go,
screen and delete that first pick list. That
yeah,
delete
let's
that
delete that.
because that's in the way.
Now hit done and save. As yeah. Now, before you do anything, I want you to go to the selection of the resources, which is to the left, all the way to, yeah, it's right there. So those choices that we did, let's see. We have 3 choices. One is, yeah, you see the first choice on top? We don't need it anymore because we deleted that one. So just click on it and delete this. Not this way. Hit cancel. Yeah, that one. Delete. Okay, hit the other one. Yeah, that one too. We could delete that. Because we might as well clean it up. And the choice employer, we don't need it anymore because it's all coming from that get. Okay, now we do need everything else. So you could save this, activate it.
Activate.
Now you could go back to Jeffrey Alvarado, right? And now you could change him to anything you want. We could make him a tenant. I should change it. Yep. See, now he's a tenant, and so on and
Yeah.
so on. You see, this is an easier way actually to make things work than in the screen below there. Because to change him in the record type over there, you'd have to go click on that little thing that they have to the right of the contact record type on the bottom.
Mhm.
You see where it says tenant on the bottom?
Parents on the bottom
No,
here.
right there.
Yeah.
Go to the right. You have to go there.
Yes. So you'd have to click on that, and then you have to pick one of these, and it's kind of confusing, right?
Right.
But it's no confusion in the one that we did. It's cancel.
Correct.
So this is just a different way to build up your screens, and you can make it, you know, wherever you want, and you don't even have to put it here. You could put it anywhere because this is the flow. So you could create contacts anywhere, or update contacts in this case,
Even
anywhere
from the
we
home.
want,
Right.
even from the home if we choose to do so.
Hmm.
So that's something to think about. We'll expand this a little bit later on, right? But this is starting to get you used to, you know, having fields, putting values on the screens like you did in the beginning, but now you're dealing with different kinds of input input fields, and then how to make them update records, you see?
Hmm.
But this is still this is not basic anymore. This is getting into more complicated flows, So, and we could combine this also with we could combine this with our data tables later on. So that's it for at the moment,
Okay. Yeah.
right?
All right.
Okay. Later on, we'll start thinking about what's a good way that we could use these types of inputs and make it kind of work well, so that things can flow in a way that it makes sense, And let me give you guys a quick example of what that looks like. Let me just end it. Let me just take over the screen for a moment. Tell me if you see my screen.
Hmm.
Okay. So let me just log into my org.
Oh, I need to stop sharing my screen.
Oh yeah, stop sharing. Let me know when you stop.
Yeah, I stopped.
Okay. Give me a second. Okay, can you see my screen?
Hmm.
Okay, so let me just show you what we're doing with these types of flows, right? You know what? I don't want this is my prediction. Let me go to my test one.
Hmm.
Okay, give it a second here. Okay, so I'm gonna pick an app, right? Let's take this one. So I'm using these types of flows very extensively. Here's one of the flows, right?
Oh,
And what it,
yeah.
yeah, you see, now this flow is actually pretty nifty because I could choose these flows, right? Which is giving, it-
Blue,
yeah.
I can't see your screen.
Oh, you can't see it?
I can see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, wow.
She can see
You,
it now.
Yeah,
you can
because
see it?
two
She can see
tabs,
it.
two
She
tabs
can
here. But
see,
I have to pick one meeting or lose screen. I have to.
yeah.
Wow,
She can
cool.
see
Yeah.
it now. She can see it. I can tell by her reaction.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So what's happening here, right? There's a couple of things. The first thing is I built a website with the flow. So I'm going to click on this. So the flow website looks like this. It's going to collect some information for this program. We call it Rebound because it's about basketball, right? And you put in your information, right? Blue, ball, right? So I put in some information. Then I go to the next screen. And then the next screen, it asks for in this case, it's going to verify my email. It's
Mm-hmm.
again part of the flow, but I'm not going to do the verification, right? I go to the next screen. Then it's going to ask me for more information. So 1 Main Street, apartment 2 in Brooklyn, New York, 11222, whatever, and some information here. Right? So once I get this information, then I could go to the next screen. And then it gets more and more complicated. You see how this is getting things put in so that it'll lead me into filling out the screens and how I have
Wow.
different sections to do different things,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Oh my
So
gosh, so all of this has been full all this time.
yeah,
Yeah.
and this is a screen. And then what happens here is after I submit this information, it will then come into Salesforce as one of these screens, as one of this data, right? It comes into here, right? And you can see lots of these kids have submitted this information, right? And then I could look at the information that they submitted and it comes into Salesforce, and it's the same exact information that was being filled out on that screen. Their email, their first name, the date of birth, their gender, all of that came in here, right? Now, once they did that, I could then, with this is also a screen flow, and I have a little things that say, well, give me the last 30 days or the last 15 days, or all the interest forms that have been submitted via that website that I just showed you, which is itself a flow. Then you pick the person that you want, and then you start to process that person. I'm going to convert that person here from the interest form that they submitted into something else and know that we're going to work with, that we can do things with. So then it continues and processes that until finally, it'll convert it into what we call a case record, right? And then that case record will look something like this. Give it a minute. And it converts it all into here. So I'm just giving you an idea how much work, if you know what you're doing with flows, you could build up something very good for your company, where that your company can get a form, right, online, where that this can be given to the student to go fill out your information, and then it comes into Salesforce to then go to allow staff to then further process it, into something that they could use where that they could do things with that record, and we could do lots of things once we get it. Once we get the information into Salesforce, they could do things like they could record service that looks something like this. Give it a minute. The screen, it's normally faster, but it's just that I'm in the sandbox now. And then you're going to schedule some kind of service that we want. It's going to be a one-on-one coaching or counseling or both, and so on and so on, uh, until it's finally all processed,
Ooh.
so that we record many things about this. Anyway, I just want to give you a little taste of what you could use flows for. And we use it very extensively,
Mhm.
in our company.
Oh, Lou, how is your
Mhm.
day-to-day pretty much looks like for you at work? Like,
Yeah. And so a lot of times I'm looking at the emails and I have my projects that I'm doing, and these projects may be building out these very complex flows,
oh,
right? Sure. Well, I also want to just show you how complex these flows are going to look like. Like this flow itself. Here, let me just show you what that looks like. Flow. Okay, so that was a flow that was built on. Okay, this is the list of it. The interest form itself is going to be, give me a minute here. Let's see. Ta-ta. This one. Just so you could see how extensive these flows can be.
Whoa. Oh my God. What? Oh
Yeah, I seen something like this on my job when I was,
my
I was
God.
like,
And it goes on and
No,
on.
no, no.
no,
You
no.
see how big these flows are?
Wow. What? What?
So it gets
But
very complicated
eventually you can get to this, but that's gonna take time.
Wow.
because this flow is doing a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Now, when you're designing a flow like this, do you have to
You did all of
diagram?
this, Lou? Do you created all of this?
All of it.
Oh my God.
And
Wow.
it's very, very complex.
Oh my
Now,
God.
do you diagram it out before you? Because this is a lot here.
It's all in my head.
Oh my goodness.
He's a show off. That's what it is.
No,
Lou,
I just kidding.
what do you think how many years experience of this uh floor someone can build like this?
no, I mean you could pick it up in like a year or so, or earlier, depending on how much time you put into it, you know.
Ah,
But you can't really, it's going to be difficult to pick it up by yourself. This is the problem. Like
yeah.
we hired some consultant, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had 2 years experience and I had to teach him. It took him about 2 years to really get comfortable with large, complex flows like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, but we use it very, very extensively, because they're incredibly useful and you can do a lot with these flows. And it will help companies tremendously. You know, they just don't have, they don't really understand how much these flows can help them until someone like myself or some very knowledgeable person comes in and says, "Yeah, I can do all this stuff for you."
Yeah.
So that's the difference, right? And not all admins are the same.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. So you really, this is why, my company had someone in the beginning when they started their sales force, but the guy didn't know a lot. He was basically a junior, right? And because he was really low level, right, he couldn't really help and do anything, and he was doing lots of things that were really incorrect. And then they fired him, and I took over the whole thing and built up their entire sales force.
So you came to save the company.
Yeah,
Basically,
exactly.
yeah, he saved the company.
Yeah, they were spending a lot of money going in the wrong direction, and I just took it over and just made it
And
into
the
a
funny thing is,
much
me
more
and
useful
Kobe,
tool.
before Lou took the job, me and Kobe interviewed for that same job. So imagine, oh my God.
On the same Lou's job?
Yeah,
Yeah,
before Lou got that job, me and Kobe both went for that same job. We both interviewed for it.
and the thing is, I wasn't even planning on taking the job.
Oh,
No,
so wait, Lou, you heard about it from Jermaine and Colby?
no, I think we were talking about it. They needed to get a job. I told them to go interview there.
Mhm.
They interviewed, but they weren't getting any traction,
Yeah.
right? And then I said, okay, I'll just interview just to see what it's like, right?
Oh my God.
Then when I interviewed, I got the job, and that's it. Yeah. And then I
Wow.
just took it.
Yeah. Oh my
Now,
God.
me and Kobe, we would have had to come into the office because we would have had the pleasure of being able to do it remote. But Lou, because he didn't need the job, he could go say, "Hey, I'm on. I'm not
Yeah.
coming in."
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. When the company knows they need you, you have a lot of leverage.
yeah.
Oh, Lou.
Hmm.
How how did they know like you are the one? What did they ask you?
They were asking me a lot of questions about what I did in the past, and they knew that I was a developer, for in Java. So
Oh,
so I had a lot of knowledge of other things too, other than the fact that I was doing Salesforce.
okay, okay.
You
Got
know,
it.
He had an unfair advantage.
Yeah. Also, your
yeah,
first company was Java.
yeah. I used to do a lot of Java coding in the
Oh,
past, for companies, big financial companies.
oh,
No,
So yeah, he had an advantage. Like, yo,
yeah.
yeah. I was just coming back into getting a job where I didn't really work for about 15 years or so.
Oh, well,
Hmm. But, it's like when you build yourself to a certain level, then it gets easier and easier to get a job.
yeah.
So that's the whole thing, really. And then other concepts becomes easier, like how we just did putting those things on the screen so you could capture the first and last names and how they do an update and so on and so on. Everything gets easier as you do more.
Yeah.
Hmm. The only thing is, you might have to explain it to someone and then you're confused of how to explain it.
that's me. Eh.
Yeah. So, but you can imagine that not everyone could take over my job and work with flows like that. Even to fix this kind of flow, you see how much stuff is in that one flow. And that's one of like 30, 40, 50 flows we built out.
Wow. Yeah.
And each flow are working with each other. So there's a lot of complexity to it. You can't just get rid of me. You see what I mean? Yeah. So, and then someone taking over for me they're going to it'll probably take them 6 months just to understand how these things work.
Yeah. Wow, that was looking like a very complex one.
But that was a
Yeah.
complex one.
Really?
You saw all those different legs and stuff he used.
Yeah. And that's not even really that complex.
Look
You
at
know,
that. Look at what he just said. That wasn't all that complex. Look at that.
yeah.
Just
That's not
looking
the,
at all of that stuff was like, oh my God.
yeah. Yeah. There's a lot to that, but that's not really that, it's not even the most complex one. That just does the screen that you saw where I'm typing in my information and going to the next screen.
Right.
Right. The other one where I'm taking the information that just came into Salesforce and I'm processing it all the way up to a usable level where the staff can use it. That one is very, very complex. So but everything time,
Yes.
but I learned this by doing, uh not by reading. You can't read about stuff like this. You have to do it.
You could do that. Trailhead will teach you how to do
Sure it will.
that.
Hmm.
Sure that will.
Oh, osmosis, even better. Just, hey,
Hmm.
yeah.
Exactly. So, when you get to a certain level and we get more and more deeper into things, you'll see that it will look more and more complex and you'll handle the complexity of it, right? The only thing is you're going to have to explain it during interviews. What did you do? But you could show actually what you do because you're going to do it in your own um in your own Salesforce org,
Hmm.
and then you could explain what did you do, so then it will make things better for you. And once if you could get those interviews, the problem is now getting the interviews, right?
No.
I mean, when was the last interview you had, Jermaine?
A week ago.
A week
That
ago.
that was the one that was a telephone interview, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And what did they just did what um just a regular questions, not Salesforce questions?
No, no Salesforce questions.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
what's the
basically what it was, they were just looking for someone who had a little bit more experience in coding than
right.
I'm like, because
Yeah,
I was hoping to get to the technical interview because I would have showed them, what some of the work I've done. But
hmm yeah. And when was your last interview, Happiness, or last email from a recruiter?
Well,
yeah.
I
Oh,
had
actually, I got an email today from
You got an email?
yeah, because I applied for a job on LinkedIn, Salesforce job. It's a remote position.
Mm-hmm.
They start at 90K, and they replied back to me today. I'm asking for some information from me.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent it to them, and so I'll just wait to hear back from them next week.
Okay, good, good. No, and you, Happiness, how's your stuff going with the interviews?
this pretty much the whole week I have been getting rejection. And I haven't I didn't even get a chance to say, okay, let me send my remember the
Volunteer.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the email they're saying that they already found a match, so they move on to
Mm-hmm.
candidates already. So
Oh, I see.
even say like I should do that. Anyways,
Yeah, like I applied to the YMCA one. There was one that's YMCA that's here in Delaware. I applied to that about a month or two ago, and they just got back to me last week, letting me know that the position has been filled. So I'm sitting there like, damn, it
Mm-hmm.
took, you know,
I also
peace.
heard it's a text from LinkedIn. I think that's a Salesforce person. They're looking for a job, so they're asking me if where I'm currently working at FXsoft, if there is an open position to connect him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should
Oh,
do just go into people's DM.
yeah. I mean, I think so maybe that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty tough out there. I had a colleague, his name is Z, right? He actually got let go by us in maybe in July last year, right? But I set him up because even though he was kind of slacking off, right? I had taught him enough that he could do some of these complex flows, right? And then he wound up getting a job in the company I recommended him to work for because he had enough experience that was very specific to that company. So he got hired in November for the company,
Wow.
right? But now he slacked off again, and they let him go about 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
Wait, sorry, I'm back. I just took shower. Z, the guy we had tacos with?
Yep, yep. He got fired again.
oh my
Really?
God.
He's such an idiot, you know. I just don't get his attitude. He should have. It's such an easy job. It's completely remote too.
Oh my
Wow.
God. If I had that job, I
Wow.
wasn't gonna sleep at night. Just my eyes. The Salesforce.
Yeah,
Tomorrow morning, I'm waking up like a zombie, getting on my computer.
Wait,
yeah.
were they paying him? I think they were giving him like six figures, right?
They were giving him, I think, 100,000. He could work anywhere in the world. It didn't matter, right? Full benefits, everything. You
Well,
know.
well, I mean, I think for him, he was when we last hung out, he was telling us how much money his family had. So maybe that's why I don't know, he slacked. But still,
Well, yeah. I mean, he slacked up because there's a lot that's going on with him. Like his father just passed away, and he had a few gas stations, so he went to go help out with that. But you know what? His priority was to keep the Salesforce job. But he really messed up and got fired, and now he's jobless with unemployment, and he needs the money because he had gotten married, and he's bringing his wife home from Pakistan.
Oh, I
I don't
remember.
know.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Yeah. Now he doesn't even have health care,
Yeah,
you
that is
know.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah. He's but since his experience, I want to see if he actually gets a job now. And because if he gets a job, then at least it's saying that there are some jobs out there. But if he doesn't get a job, that means it's really, really bad trying to get a job now. You see what I mean?
No, because there's a group that I'm part of. It's called Talent Stacker,
Hmm.
and they teach people Salesforce and stuff like that. And some of the members are getting jobs and stuff, and they're letting us know. They tell everybody in the community,
Oh,
hey,
oh, so they did get some jobs.
huh?
What job?
Those guys did get jobs, right?
Yeah, hmm
Recently, I'm saying.
yeah, recently,
Better.
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
Where are they getting these jobs, Jermaine? Where?
Well, most of them are remote
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
where are
that's
they getting
amazing.
it?
here in
Which
America.
companies? Which
Oh,
companies?
I have to look. Matter of fact, let me go to my LinkedIn. Let me see. Where's my LinkedIn at? Where you at, buddy?
That's still crazy about Z Man. Was you said that was last month? When was that?
2 weeks ago, he got fired for
Um,
slacking off because he missed a whole bunch of meetings and all kinds of stuff.
Oh no.
yeah, that's. I mean,
He
I'm
had
sorry.
it made. I set him up.
He
Yeah,
had
You
it
know.
made. Dun, dun,
Hmm.
dun.
I mean,
I
literally,
got
right?
it made. The
That's
hide, the hide title. Numero uno. I'm not a Puerto Rican.
right. Puerto Rican. Yeah.
You trying to rap, Jermaine?
That's one of my favorite songs. My special ed.
Oh,
Jermaine, you say Puerto Rican?
Hmm?
I thought you were an Eminem fan.
He's okay. I'm
Oh,
more into the old school type thing.
I see. I see.
Right.
He's a Flavor Flav man.
Ooh.
Damn
My,
it. You know what? Let me go to my Facebook. That's where I think I've seen it at.
I know. Did they tell you what salaries they're getting?
Yeah, they're starting off. Well, usually the company, the talent stacker, they tell you that you're going to generally start off at around like 65 grand, maybe around 65 to 75 grand. You usually start with.
All right, that's not bad.
That like a program, the Talent Stacker, or what is that?
It's a career development um, program where they teach you Salesforce, everything Salesforce from the beginning. Boom, boom, boom. So like this, when you first sign up, they'll have you go. They'll 5 day like trailhead program or something like that, and then they start teaching you Salesforce, and then what they do is they put you into a team with people who are already working, and you start doing like different projects and stuff like that. Because I joined some years ago, but it's not cheap. Um,
Oh, it's costly.
yeah, it's I was
Participate.
paying at the time, I think $100 a month or something like that. I forgot what it was, how much I was paying, but
But
in
they
the
were
beginning.
up with interviews. Like, how does that work?
They help like train you with the interviews and stuff like that. The head of the company's a guy by the name of Bradley Rice, and he's a Salesforce consultant now. So he does like two and three different jobs at the same time and stuff like that. So.
Sounds like me.
Mhm. So since I joined their program some a while back ago, I get updates and all that stuff, when people saying, hey, I just got a new job and boom, 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 or I just got
Yeah.
laid off,
And you're paying $100 to say I got laid off, or
Well, let me see. You can pay all at one time or something like that, but I was paying monthly. Let me
but
see.
had interviews through that, or was it just like watching people post stuff on the thing?
No, I know like when I first joined,
Mhm.
like you would get interviews like with a sure a censure or something like that. I forgot how to pronounce the name
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
because they would do a lot of work there, you know. So and then they would give you recommendations and all this other stuff.
Mm. Well, that's good to know that other people are getting jobs.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right, all right. That's something.
See, yeah, and you like one person asked the question using Flow, I need to create a task with a due date that pops up in one business day. How do I set the due date to one business day? And then people respond and tell you exactly how to do it, and they'll walk you through it.
But instead of paying $100, you could just pay $100 for Grok for the whole year, and it can tell you how to do it.
Hmm.
Huh? Huh? That's like ChatGPT kind of thing.
See, like here, this person 3 days ago, Baram Kadalawai, or something like that. Hello, everyone. There's an opening in my team for a Salesforce OMS specialist. Admin certification is the minimum requirement.
Are you sharing your screen or? Oh,
No, hold on, man. You know what? Let me share my screen so I can show you. Let me go to Facebook. Let me share my screen. Give me a second. You see my screen?
it's black. I don't see anything. Mhm.
No, I can give it. Yeah, now it is.
But now I see it.
Okay, give me a second. So I'm gonna go here to search Facebook, Talent Stacker. Why is it loading? I don't want to do that. Okay, thank you. Okay, here we go. I think I'm having to load though.
Oh, it's on Facebook's happening. It's too bad. I don't have Facebook.
Oh, that's Facebook?
Yeah.
See here, I need your help. I have an interview on Tuesday and I need someone to practice with. Is a Salesforce platform manager position. Need to talk to someone that is in a position or one similar to it. Here's the job description. Um, right here. My company is looking for a Salesforce admin with a few years of experience. If anyone is interested, this was on April 11th, though.
Yeah, but still, that's pretty good. 110 to 130,000.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it says submitted the job sounds similar to what I currently do. All these people pay $100 per month.
Let me see. What is the price for this? Give me a second.
I don't think that's a link. I think that's just a picture.
Yeah, you know what? Let me do it this way. How much does Talent Stacker cost? Because it's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, $97 per month plus initial fee of $333.
Hmm.
But okay, I mean, what services?
And a one-time payment also is available.
Mm-hmm.
So what they do is they help you set up your LinkedIn profile. They help you customize that. They help you set that up. They help you get certifications. Particularly, they tell you don't need a whole bunch of certifications. You just need one or two, but they definitely need the admin cert.
Yep. Yep.
And boom, and they're teaching you Salesforce from nuts to bolts, type of thing. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it sounds like a
Matter of
good
fact, let me
plan.
see if my account is still active. Hold on. Because like I said, it's been a while since I paid. So,
Hopefully they're not charging you one of your credit cards that you don't
well,
know.
every month, I mean, every time I look, they send me emails saying that my card didn't go through. So
Oh,
let's see. Email address, JB7999. Let's see. Oh, okay.
they're giving you
Because the
Jermaine, on LinkedIn, are you getting a ton of people who are sales or say claim to be Salesforce admin staying open to work?
yeah. Okay, so my account is still technically active.
Oh,
Hmm.
are you sure you're not paying for this, Jermaine?
Yeah.
You should double check. Maybe they're on like a payment plan or something like that, because that'd be pretty crazy, man.
Oh, wait a
Jermaine,
minute. No, 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 no. Because
you know what I'm saying?
I've already done some of this stuff. So
Yeah, I'm saying you only did 17% of the first one.
no, I did more than that.
Holy cow, man! I mean, aren't you paying hundreds of dollars?
Yeah.
Can't you just skip to job searching? You gotta go through all this stuff. Doesn't make any sense.
Well, no, see, here's a course. Oh, these are my courses. Let me see. Well, let me click all courses.
Oh, mock interview session. Check it out.
Hmm. See, but this just shows you. But yeah, so, you know, well, again, I'm part of the community. I get all their emails and stuff like that.
Yeah, you should double check like they're not.
No, I know they're not charging me
No,
because each time I keep getting emails saying that my payment didn't go through.
yeah, but
So
maybe you might get a call from like some collection officer or something like that.
no, I haven't gotten no call, and it's been years since I've been part of them. So I've done
They're
this.
not
So
they're not charging because there's credit cards all that blocked.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
He
Mhm.
he he got it overdrawn already, so
Uh,
Yeah.
But yeah, so let me see.
I wonder if you could just skip. You can't just skip to start applying or something like that.
No, they make you go through the steps, boom, one by one.
I mean that almost incentivizes them to continue having you continue pay for their program if you can't skip straight to their
Well, obviously, yes. If you come in and you've already got certifications, you could already skip that step.
right. But would they let you skip it? Like how would you?
No, they will let you skip it. You could already say, I'm already certified. And
Hmm,
they'll let you skip it because I've done that already.
you should you. So why don't you try applying with them? See how that. See if you get a
Because I
job.
haven't paid them.
Hmm.
So I
You,
don't think they're going to try to help me out.
you got to pay to play, man.
Yeah.
Now, I will ask, like when I was working, I would ask them some questions on flows and stuff like that, and they would respond and they would help me out.
This was before ChatGPT, right? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, this was before. Well, no, it was still with ChatGPT, but I didn't like ChatGPT. Maybe because I wasn't using it properly. But
Hmm.
see, I'm trying to update a lookup field while you're using a formula text field. How can this be achieved? And this guy is one of the bigger contributors, Justin Ducks.
Cool.
Okay, here it goes. This is the one from April 14th. Hello,
Mhm.
everyone. There's an opening in my team for Salesforce OMS specialist, remote role based on the East or Central time zone,
Mhm.
ideal for people with experts experience in sales, customer service, advocate with understanding of old rider management
No,
cycle.
order
Oh,
management cycle.
order
Yeah,
management cycle.
that's right up Happiness's uh,
Valley?
valley there. Yeah.
Show willingness to learn and excel in Salesforce ecosystem by having activity on Trailhead is achieving super badges. So yeah,
Interesting.
so this person works. He goes through. I mean, he's a member of Talent Stacker. There's a position
Mhm.
opening, so he's telling people who's a member of Talent Stacker, hey, send your resume in. I'll hook you up.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, this is interesting.
Hmm.
What do you think, happiness? What
Yeah,
did
but
you?
it is a little costly though.
It is costly, uh, you know. But somebody who doesn't, like have access to Lou, I would recommend something like this. Say, hey, you might want.
Yeah, it looks good. Hey, man, with all these resources, man, you should have been a top-notch job already.
Yeah, you should have had a job three
I
months ago.
don't ask them, maybe I should when they do, maybe I should send in my resume to them and see if one of them will help me out, because,
How big? How many people are in this group? I'm curious.
well, just for the Facebook alone, private group, 785 members.
Holy cow, man! That's like $70,000 a month. Huh? Right? Yeah, guy's making almost $1 million a year. I mean, if you're able to get a job off this, and that's amazing, you know.
Mm,
What do you think, Lou?
It would be, but do you want to pay it and just take the chance of getting a job,
see
or do
here.
you, if they
Hello,
would
all
guarantee it?
right. This is on April 10th. Hey, all. Um, they said what they do is they say if you put in the work, I think they guarantee you to get it within a year or something like that.
Will you get your money back?
If you put it in work, I think you either get a money back or some sort of discount, or they'll do it. They'll give you the next year free. I forgot what the terms is, but
Okay, okay. All
hey,
good, all
y'all,
good.
I had a recruiter reach out with the below role in case anyone is interested. Let them know I sent you his way. I told him I was sharing with my awesome network regarding a senior Salesforce solution architect. Oh my God, yeah.
Nobody has commented on it, right? That's a little.
Well, not that good. That's a yeah, senior architect. A lot of the members is not at that level. A lot of members is at the junior admin, maybe even the developer level.
Now that's
Mm.
good that, there's a website like this.
Mhm.
Jermaine, what happened to the person you were paying was like $1,000 flat fee and then some other cost?
They just blast out my resume to different jobs and stuff. I uh,
Is it
I'd rather spend my money on this than with them. Let me put it that way.
okay?
Now, the one good thing is that I get interviews on job I didn't apply for, but they help. So hey, boom. But I get a lot of rejections now, so I don't know what this company is doing.
But
Hmm.
look at this answer, man. This guy says I love my treadmill. That doesn't sound Salesforce related, so that I don't have to move it out.
That's because she's working for a Peloton.
Oh yeah?
I'm just joking.
He's advertising the products, man. Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
Very nice. Very nice. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get going. It's almost 12 midnight here.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So yeah, thanks for showing us, Jermaine.
yeah, thanks
Okay.
for
Yeah.
sharing.
No problem.
hmm Yeah, so maybe the next time we meet, I'll try to get it, get these flows a little bit more like understandable, where you could, it won't be so complex, and then you could like basically learn a little bit more easier than what we did the last time, this time. Because there's a lot that we did, that we went through that might have been a little complex at the end.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm. All right,
Okay.
we'll figure out when the next time is.
All right.
All right,
Yeah.
guys.